Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back for another I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine. I am using today the November, December, January 2025 issue. I've decided to attempt this look. I'm going to use a little book, make a little book out of it. I'm not sure if this is just a card size or what size, but that doesn't matter. It's just very colorful and fun and kind of grungy, which I'm feeling the need for. So that is what we're gonna attempt. I have taken just I forgot to say. I don't know how I do that every time. Forget. Cher Salvatore, and I've done stuff by her before. So, Seeing Circles. You know how I like the circles. So I have just a file folder, and all I did is I kept the original fold in the file folder, like it would have been like this. And then I cut it at, I can't even remember, and I just did it. 5. So it's 5 inches tall. And then I just folded, that outside edge to the center fold where it was already folded. And then this side I folded back. So it's as simple as that. It's nothing complicated or anything, but we're going to cover it all over first with different papers. And then I'm going to add watercolor paper circles, because that's what the instructions said. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. I think I might cover over the folded edges like completely. Yes, I think so. I'm going to take a little bit of this off. So how is everybody? I hope you guys are doing excellent. I am doing well. Trying to get stuff together for Christmas. Ay. It's a lot, y'all, as you know. Those of you that celebrate as well. If you could stop all the other stuff in life, like work and all those kind of things, and just focus on that for like a month, it would be fantastic. But as we all know, it doesn't work that way. So it's a little hairy sometimes getting all the stuff done. And if there's some spots where there's nothing, I'm not going to worry about that, because we are going to put some color over it. And I think it'll, whatever, if there's some of the manila file folder, it'll just, like up along there, it'll just get covered. So I'm not going to worry about that. I think I'm going to just open this and just do the whole thing. I think that will be the smart way. I need to say hugs and blessings to Diana, Tracy, Betty, and Pat. Thank you guys so much for your kind comments and always watching. I really, really appreciate you very, very much. Welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to all of you who have watched me for a long time or a short time. I really appreciate that. I'm going to save this because I just like that. I don't think I'll use this whole piece, but again, the collaging will go quicker if you use bigger pieces, but if you use smaller pieces, you're going to get more, variety and whatnot. But since this is kind of the background, I'm not going to stress a ton about that. And we're not inking because we're going to put color on this. So we don't need to do that necessarily. So yeah, hope you guys are all doing good and are ready for Christmas if you are celebrating. Like I said, probably the next couple weeks, it might be hit and miss on my channel. I know because, my kids will start coming around. Today is my son's last day of school for this semester. So, if they're here, I'm probably going to be hanging out with them, because I miss them very much. And I know y'all understand that, and if you have kids, totally understand. So, just want you to know that it's just that time of the year, right? Time to be with family. But I will try to, have at least maybe a couple of videos a week or something like that. Whenever I can. I'll say it like that. All right. So these are just all different scraps that I have from different projects and different pieces of ephemera. Some are vintage, some are new. And usually I find my vintage paper at either antique stores or thrift shops, if you can find it. And I'm not going to make any guarantees because it can be very difficult to find. There are quite a few people who have digitals that have some, you know, like ledger or whatever, and those can be very handy. Definitely. Then I also just stamped with Tim Holtz stamps on old book page, because that kind of makes cool bits that aren't old. Well, the book page is old, but the stamps are not. But it'll give us a sort of eye-catching piece, right? And we can use more of those, but let's grab, I'm not sure, I think this is Latin is what this is in. I think. Methinks. Tell you something I'm definitely ready for is some sunshine. I know, I keep complaining and I'm sorry. It is beautiful. The frost is absolutely gorgeous on the trees. I'm just a little over it at this point with the cloudy, gray, fog days. But the frost I love because it makes the trees absolutely gorgeous. That part is definitely lovely. I did go outside and walk today, though. I just wore my scarf up around my face. And that worked fabulous. I don't know why I didn't think of that originally, but it had been a while since I'd been around so many days of frost. This is just tea-dyed paper that I embossed, which always makes a great collage fodder. And you could also do, if you do a lot of jelly plate prints, you could do that in with this too. And sorry, I had a brain meld there for a minute. And then add other little bits like numbers or whatnot to it. Oh, do I want that? Would be kind of cool, huh? I need that. So yeah, just whatever you feel like gluing down, basically. Go for it. And then you can put the watercolored circles on top. We're gonna do some Tim Holtz Distress Oxides because they're so colorful. Might use some watercolor too, but lots of different book page, lots of just whatever. Because again, this will just sort of be in the background. And whatever hangs over, I can trim off. So that'll be fun to have. I'm just going to do the outside, I think, and then I might do the same to the inside. But just for video length sake, because you're watching me collage, and then we're going to watercolor. Actually, I might just pause it and finish this, and then I'll come back and do the watercolor part, or the color part. I'm just going to continue to glue these pieces of paper down. So maybe by doing that, I can do both sides. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have my watercolor paper circles, and then I finished this, and I did leave some spots that I feel like you could write on, you know, in a few places, just so it's a little more useful. I mean, obviously it's an art piece, so it just is what it is, but it's kind of fun to have at least a little bit of writing space. I think I'm just going to use, you know, my white glue, liquid glue, to put the circles on, and we can just put them here and there. However, it doesn't really matter, because it's all going to get the watercolor on it, or the Distress Oxides on it, no matter where it is. It's always fun to just do these sort of playful pieces that you don't have to be any particular way. Not that a lot of what we do in junk journaling has to be any particular way. That's kind of the point of it. But it's just always fun to just glue and paint and color, whatever, however you want. So what kind of projects are you guys doing coming up to Christmas? Do you have like a lot of things you have to finish? I think I'm going to cut one of these a little bit smaller. I don't have an in-between punch, so I guess I could have used my circle cutter, but... Or are you all set and ready to go? I still have a few things I need to get, but... And I'm not going to stress. I know those are all perfect circles. This is not a perfect circle, but I don't care. It's just going to be the fun of it. I'm pretty much done. Just a few things I need still. And then, of course, it'll be the food. Buying food. I did get a couple things today, but... There's always so many things you got to think about when you do the Christmas thing. I feel like it's kind of overwhelming. I don't know if I like this, but we'll see. I thought it was kind of fun how she did watercolor paper and then the collage, you know, that's kind of a neat combo. You could totally make a design, you know, make it have a rhyme or reason. I am making mine not have a rhyme or reason, but you definitely could. I'm not going to go over the folds at all with these just because they're so thick. I don't think it'll work very well at all. So I'm not going to do that. Cut one a little smaller again. I'm not sure what this is going to look like. I'm not sure if those will catch on things, which is possible, especially after you get it wet. I might just do this part on the outside and leave the inside or the writing spots free of circles. Because obviously if you have a writing spot and then you put a circle over it, that's really not going to be very helpful, is it? I'm just going to put the whole... It's either too much glue or not enough glue. I'm going to cut this one, I think. My husband's so excited. He can't stand it because he's retiring. And yes, he is young to retire. But we have scrimped and saved, and yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's going to have to do something else. He's going to take a year off. But he's just one of those people that's always got to be doing stuff. So he'll find something else that he wants to do. I'm sure of it. But just the whole hospital thing, he's just completely fried from that job for so long. And they're having horrible problems with the supply chain, and nobody talks about that on the news or anything, but things like they can't get saline, which is that's a huge thing. And he's, deals with supplies for the hospital and all of that. And it's just become such a headache because, people get mad at him like it's his fault that you can't get it. Like it literally doesn't exist. And it bugs him because he feels like they're not talking about it on the news or anything. And it's very important. I mean, it can be dire. And so he's just completely frazzled. It's been ever since COVID that's been going on. But yeah, it's just a big mess. Like so many things. Like we just keep having more technology and things just keep getting worse, which doesn't seem to make sense, but okay. So anyway, he's very excited. I'll probably never retire, but unless I get sick or something, because I just can't ever stop. My brain doesn't do off very well. But I like doing what I'm doing too, so that helps. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, there's one more. Maybe we'll put one more. Maybe we'll cut it. Okay, that's what we have. Maybe I better leave it open, huh? So that we can watercolor it a little easier. I have my Posca pins too, so that we can play with those. But they need to move right now, and we'll start with this spot and my paintbrush, and then we need to decide colors. I'm gonna go with this Wilted Violet, because this is one of my favorites of the Tim Holtz ink colors when you're doing super colorful stuff. And some Twisted Citron. And some of this blue. I thought about going the way of Christmas, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to do everyday kind of thing. Get this out of the way. And then I just have water in a jar. I always use mason jars. We're just gonna play, see what we come up with. I don't know. And you can obviously do it however. And some of these other papers are not going to take the water as well as the watercolor. So just be aware of that. But of course, they don't have to be completely covered. You can kind of just do whatever. Put some of this in the middle of that. And I'm not looking at hers, so I'm just going to get what I get, basically. And I've never done anything like this, so I don't know what it's going to end up looking like. But we'll see. Those old papers do not love the water. That I do know. That looks like an earth or something. That's funny. I could just end up with mud for all I know. So makes me nervous. That one's looking a little muddy. We're gonna go back in with some Posca pens too, so we'll see what we get. This is really not in my wheelhouse. I'm nervous. I love it when I see other people's work when it's very bright and colorful, but for some reason I just don't create like that very often. I'll try a little blueprint sketch. Oh great, one of my hairs has to be in the middle of everything, of course. And I'm going to wipe this and put more down because I don't want to put my stamp pads in that wet. I know. Messed up. I think once it dries, it might look kind of cool. Because you can see some of them are starting to oxidize. Josh is not in here by the heater today. He's probably down. He likes, my husband has one of those crazy massage chairs. He got that for his 50th birthday. And he likes to lay in that because the seat has that kind of pleathery stuff on it, you know. And it sort of is like a bowl. So he's like in this little bowl in the seat. He just loves it. So he sleeps there a lot in the winter because I think he can get all curled up and warm, you know. He's usually wherever the heat is going, but it's not in here today. And he's still all stuffy-nosed. I don't know what to do about it. The green and the purple aren't super great together, but if you can sort of keep them apart a little, then it works. I like the purple and the turquoise color are good together. Keep running out of blue. Kind of don't even mind having some white spots in there as I cover them. This is going to take a minute to dry, I think. Yep, just have fun with it, because it is looking cool down there where the color is. Yeah, these old papers don't take the ink well at all. I want this to be able to be written on maybe a little. That Mermaid Lagoon color is just really a great color. It's got so much zing. I'm going to spritz it a little bit with this pink. Set these over here for now. Oh, you are in here by the heater. I lied. He is in here by the heater. He must have just come in. I told a big fib. This is the picked raspberry. I always want to say pickled. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, hello, can you read? Apparently not. Trying to be very gentle because this gets out of control in spray form. Okay, I'm going to get it dry, and then I'll come back and we'll do some designs with the Posca pins, and then we shall be done. Okay, I'm dry. I had an idea while I was drying, because that's what I do. These little stickers, imagine, or you could write in these circles. I didn't even think of that until I did, got them dry and stuff. But I have more kindness, less judgment. I like that. You could put affirmations like, be kind to yourself today, or whatever. You're fantastic. That kind of stuff, in them. That would be super fun. I would probably normally ink these, but I'm just putting them down for right now. I inked that one, but I forgot to do these. And maybe not put so much glue, but do you see what my glue is doing? All by itself, just sitting there. So, yeah, that kind of thing. Wouldn't that be fun? You could put them all over those circles. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, so this is pretty fun, I'm gonna say. So then she just kind of went around the circles with circles and went off, and wherever she didn't keep it real specific or perfect, or I think that's part of the fun of it, is just do however floats your boat. I finally found my red one, y'all. After I, when I needed it, I couldn't find it, but now I found it. And then you could even go inside of another one. It would be fun. Could go off. That's more of an oval, but whatever. Blue. You could draw more circles if you wanted outside of the circles. I didn't put any metallic. I think I'll put a little gold. Because I do love some circles. You could put smaller circles. And you can still put the stickers on them. Underline, imagine. Okay, I went a little crazier than she did, but you can do it however you want, obviously. It's your work. So just have fun with it. That one's a little scratchy. Kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. Hardly touching it too, to the paper. I do like this, the words in there. Where did that come from? Chase the sun. How about some white? Yeah, I like the white because it brightens it all up. Why don't they just keep working these pens? I'm telling you, white is the worst in all the kinds. I mean, I have Posca ones, they don't work. Sometimes I just got these, so they work sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's crazy. See what the white does? It's turning the colors of the Distress Oxide. Duh. I didn't even think about that part. Oh, the darker blue shows up better. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it at that because I'm going to color the rest. I might go ahead and add some more circles to the inside now that I thought, oh, you can write in the circles. And plus, whoever this goes to, I may, they may want to, oopsie, yikes. Decorate their own, you know what I'm saying? Like, not have them already all done. I know I just covered the gold, but trying to fix my boo-boo. Sometimes you should just stop while you're ahead, right? I can never do it. Yeah, it's real fun. So we have the one that she did, if I can get to the page. So quite different, but same concept. Oh, you could stamp. She did some like rubber stamping type things. That would also work well on there. In fact, let's do that. I'm going to use my little nickel. You probably want to obviously find either a flat spot as much as possible, because otherwise you're going to have that happen. But I don't mind it. Let's see what else. She just did more, more circles inside of circles, and they're not all perfect or anything. Different size pens, that would also be cool. But yeah, that's just my take. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you give it a try, even if you just do like a card or, you don't have to go all cuckoo crazy like I did. But I think this would just be a fun little gift, like a stocking stuffer or something. So have fun with it and have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.